Welcome to the presentation of the California State Assembly resolution to Dr. Peter J. Julien for excellence in medicine in recognition of the minimally invasive tumor ablation program at the S. Mark Taper Foundation Imaging.
Thanks, Victoria. Thank you very much. Louis Bershad. Louis is the founder and chairman of a very successful entertainment agency, SDB Partners, in Century City. And I don't know if Louis is aware of this, but he gave me the best advice that anybody's ever given me, which is basically, keep your day job. And I do appreciate you for that. I suspect that with all Louis has accomplished business-wise, there are two things that really stand out that he's extremely proud of. One is his Marine experience, and the other is that he just recently received Teacher of the Year Award at the Shell Havett School here on Fairfax. In 2006, Dr. Phil Yalowitz told Louis that he had kidney cancer. Louis?
Thank you, Peter. Good afternoon. From 1961 to 1965, I had the honor of serving in the United States Marine Corps. From that point forward, I've had the privilege of knowing many Americans who have distinguished themselves in combat against America's enemies. But there are other soldiers who fight other enemies who do not wear the Navy blue or the Army khaki or the Marine Corps green. They wear white coats and have MD after their names. They fight perhaps the greatest enemy known to mankind, disease. I was happy, healthy. My dear friend, Dr. Phil Yalowitz, in a routine examination, found a slight growth on my left kidney. He said, let's follow it. For 2.5 years, I had MRIs. Perfect. One day it grew. Dr. Yalowitz said, Louis, we're going to have to do a biopsy. He sent me to Peter Julien, who I had never heard of, I had never met, came into his office, shook hands, sat down in front of his desk, looked at my MRI. Louis, it's definitely cancer. As I've said many times before, when I heard that, the meeting became a silent film. I saw the lips moving, but I heard nothing. What seemed like years later, I heard him say, and we can do this procedure in 2 weeks. Now, perhaps it's my Marine Corps training, but I said to him, can't we do it this afternoon? Please. He said, there's no rush. So for 2 weeks, I examined my life. Why is this happening? What have I accomplished? Why is this all going down now? Had great, great, great concern. The day of the procedure, I felt great. I had no trepidations at all. I knew I was going to face the enemy, but I knew I had a good man there. As I lay on the table with the tubes in my arm, I thought to myself, you know, before this starts, Dr. Julien, how many of these procedures have you done? He said, you're the 25th patient. I said, Dr. Julien, if I didn't have these things in my arm, I would get up and leave now. 25, and the next thing I knew, it was over. I awoke, there was an arm on top of my arm. Lou, how are you doing? I said, I'm doing good, Doc. I said, what happened? He said, I'm sure we got it all. And there was a pause. Of course, it was a very emotional time for me. And I said, what happens if it comes back? And very, very casually said, well, we'll just take it out again and you can go home 2 hours later. They kept me overnight in the hospital and I kept waiting for the pain to start. There was no pain. I took no aspirin, no Tylenol, no Aleve, nothing. There was no pain at all, none. The next day I went home, I went swimming. The only problem that I have, and I've had it since the procedure almost 4 years ago, is there's no way to say thank you. When a man saves your life, when a man gives you life, when a man gives you hope, when he extends your being, the words thank you, as strongly as you feel, do not express your thoughts. Peter, the only way that I can say thank you and tell you how much our friendship means to me is to tell you that if I had to go through this again, but it meant meeting you and becoming your friend, I would welcome that tumor. I can't tell you how much your friendship means to me. We talk all the time, we see each other socially. In the true sense of the word, I love this man. I only wish I could do something for him as important as he did for me. What I would say to all of you here is that the men of medicine, the Dr. Phil Yalowitzes, the Dr. Peter Juliens, they do so much for our society. We must always speak out for the doctors. I would not want to live in a country that didn't have quality men like this. Peter, on behalf of myself and my wife and my creditors, thank you, Peter. May God bless you as he has me with your friendship.
Thank you, Liz. Well, as they say in a lot of Jewish affairs, let's eat.